Hi, my name is James Batchelor and I'm back with Snow's Mini. Today we're looking at the Countryman. I'm going to take you full walk around of the car and take it for a little drive. Now the Countryman has been around for a few years now, but Mini has given the car a big update. They've tweaked the looks, they've added new things like the Union Jack rear lights, and they've updated the technology and added more personalisation options as standard. Now, every single Mini Countryman comes with the firm's latest infotainment system. In the Countryman, it's an 8.8-inch touchscreen, which you can also control with the rotary dial down here. But the clarity of the screen is just fantastic, and it's so intuitive and easy to use. It comes with Apple CarPlay as standard, but you can also upgrade it to Alexa as well, and if you do that you get a wireless charging pad for your phone as well. Now elsewhere it is the traditional Mini flavour in here, so it is packed with interesting design details and attention to detail, such as the toggle switches down here. The quality is second to none in here, and in typical Mini fashion as well, you can upgrade it and personalise it as well. The Countryman has always been the most practical Mini, and the same is true today. There's plenty of headroom in the front, loads of space in the back, with space for three, and that square roofline gives plenty of headroom. And the boot is very practical too, with the seats splitting in a 40-20-40 configuration. And the boot itself is more than large enough for family dogs. Go for the activity pack and you can even get sliding rear seats, a picnic bench in the boot, and a luggage net and a long distance fuel tank. Perfect for those who need an extra level of practicality. One fantastic feature of the latest Minis is the Mini app. Now it gives you a huge range of convenience features. You can unlock and lock the car, you can flash the headlamps if you've lost the car in a car park, for example, and you can set the climate control. Now with this particular Countryman, we've got the plug-in hybrid, so you can set the charging times. There's also a vehicle finder function, again if you've managed to lose the car. We've got a charging history function, so you can keep a tab on the charging sessions and the total kilowatt hours that you've used, and you can even book a service with your nearest Snow's Mini dealership. Right, that's enough of the app. Let's take this car out on the road. Now I always like to get behind the wheel of a Countryman because as small SUVs go, the Countryman is easily the sportiest and most enjoyable car to drive. Now the steering is nice and sharp and quick-witted, and the Countryman has slightly stiff suspension, which means that you can go around a corner and there's very little body roll and it goes where you want it to go. And Mini have done a good job at making this car have all the sporty feel that you get in the hatchback, but you're just that slightly higher off the road. Now powering the Countryman is a good selection of petrol and hybrid power. Now the Coupe models, they get a 1.5 litre 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine pushing out 134 brake horsepower. Then there's the Coupe S, which ups the ante with a 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder petrol engine with 189 brake horsepower. And sitting right at the top of the range is the John Cooper Works with just over 300 brake horsepower. Now the Cooper with its 1.5 litre engine gives an excellent blend of power and efficiency. Over 40 mpg is easily achievable. But for the ultimate in efficiency, you should go for the plug-in hybrid model. Now the PHEV combines the Cooper's 1.5 litre petrol engine and it adds an electric motor to the back axle, making it four-wheel drive. Now in pure electric mode, you've got up to 26 miles of pure electric, which is more than enough for the average daily commute. And it's particularly good for company car drivers because the PHEV attracts low taxation. Now we're driving the plug-in hybrid today actually, and it's an interesting car because you've got plenty of power thanks to the petrol engine and the electric motor, and it means this car is pretty quick. It's almost as quick as the 300 brake horsepower John Cooper Works actually, and yet you can cruise around silently on electric power. Now you get a choice of driving modes. There's the mid setting, which is like your normal setting. Then there's sport, which sharpens everything up and really does give this car Mini's trademark go-kart feel to it. The steering gets a bit heavier, the throttle response is a bit sharper, it just adds a bit more excitement to things. Then there's the green mode, which gives you maximum efficiency. It's particularly good in the plug-in hybrid because it just promotes the electric driving. Now in the plug-in hybrid you've got the e-drive settings as well. There's the auto e-drive, so the car constantly flits between petrol and electric power when it sees fit. Then there's max e-drive, which reduces the power and the speed and just elongates the electric range. Then there's the save mode, where the battery charge is reserved for a later time. That's particularly good, for instance, if you're driving on a motorway, you want to be using the petrol engine, and when you get to the city, you can use the car's electric reserve. Now most Countrymans are two-wheel drive. Power goes to the front wheels, but in the plug-in hybrid, the John Cooper Works and the Cooper S all 4 models, you get four-wheel drive, which is particularly good in winter conditions because you get extra traction. Now the plug-in hybrid is easily charged up. There's a charging port on the near side front wing. There's a Type 2 connector, so it can easily connect to a home wall box or an on-street charger. Now as for trims, it's all very straightforward. Now apart from the John Cooper Works model, which is a separate car in itself, there are Cooper, Cooper S and Cooper SE plug-in hybrid versions, and within those cars there are classic, sport and exclusive trim levels. Now there's a high level of standard equipment across all of the models. The car we're in today is quite special actually. It's the Shadow Edition, and in typical Mini fashion you get lots of extra equipment for not a lot of extra cash actually. So you get black paintwork with a silver roof, you get black badging, you get John Cooper Works alloy wheels, you get these fantastic John Cooper Works sport seats with their extra side bolsters to hold you in place while cornering, and you get lots of extra bits and pieces as well. It's a really nice addition. Now a really nice feature in all Minis is the ability to personalise, and the Countryman is no exception. You can change the colour of the roof, the mirror caps, the bodywork. You can go for special alloy wheels, you can change the colour of the interior trim. Pretty much anything is possible. And that really marks the Countryman out from other small SUVs. Another thing that marks out the Countryman from other small SUVs is just the quality of the materials. You drive along in this car and it feels a hugely expensive car. It just feels like nothing else on the road. So there we are, that is the new Mini Countryman. For any more information, then visit your local Snows Mini dealership in Portsmouth and the Isle of Wight.